The disappearance of 17-year-old Blake Chappell seemed like an ordinary case, but its eerie conclusion would haunt a small Georgia town for years. After attending his high school's homecoming dance on October 15, 2011, Blake vanished, leaving behind only a trail of unanswered questions. The search stretched on for 2 long months, until a stranger discovered his lifeless body in a creek, an unsettling clue to a mystery that would remain unsolved for over a decade.
Welcome to True Crime Tapes, where we bring you the most gripping, mysterious, and heart-stopping stories from the world of true crime. If you're fascinated by the unknown and want to uncover the secrets that the world tries to hide, you're in the right place. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a chilling story. And for those of you already part of our community, welcome back. We're glad to have you with us. Drop a comment below to share your thoughts and theories, because we love hearing from you. True Crime Tapes. The truth is always stranger than fiction.
Blake Chappell vanished without a trace after that night. What followed was months of heartache, confusion, and unanswered questions. But after almost 14 long years, police say they finally have the answers. This is the shocking story of Blake's disappearance, the questions that remained unanswered for years, and the arrest that could finally close the case. Stay with us as we delve into the murder of Blake Chappell, the years of mystery, and the astonishing twist that has left many stunned. It was December 19, 2011, 2 months after Blake's disappearance. A passerby, wandering along the banks of a creek in Newnan, Georgia, looked down and froze. Something was bobbing in the water. It was a body. The body of Blake Chappell, face down in the cold, muddy water. And just like that, the painful search was over for Blake's family. But their agony was far from over. The mystery of how Blake had ended up in that creek was only beginning. In this episode, we're going to rewind and retrace every crucial step of the case that has haunted the town of Newnan for nearly a decade and a half. We'll break down what happened that fateful night, the confusion that followed, and the investigation that has now culminated in an arrest. An arrest that was over 13 years in the making. Let's turn the clock back to October 15, 2011, the night Blake disappeared. It was homecoming season, and Blake had just enjoyed a night out with his friends at the school's dance. If you'd known Blake, you would have known that he was the kind of kid everyone loved to be around. Full of energy, laughter, and positivity, Blake had a way of making everyone feel at ease. His infectious smile and sunny disposition made him a fixture in his school's social scene. That night, Blake attended the dance with his girlfriend. By 10:30 p.m., after a night of dancing and fun, her mom picked them up and brought them back to their house to watch a movie. By 11:30, Blake was dropped off at a friend's house, unaware that it would be the last time anyone would see him alive for over 2 months. Sometime between 2 a.m. and 3 a.m., Blake made a fateful decision. He left his friend's place and set out on a 3-mile walk back to his girlfriend's house. On the way, Blake sent his girlfriend a couple of text messages, one stating that a police officer had stopped him. The officer had asked Blake where he was headed, checked his ID, and then let him go. But when detectives looked into this claim, they found no record of any officer stopping Blake that night. The second text was short but telling. Blake complained about the cold. Those would be the last words Blake ever sent. And then silence. No more messages, no more phone calls. Blake simply vanished into the night. For months, Blake's family searched tirelessly for any sign of their son. They combed through the area, questioned everyone who could have possibly seen anything, and waited. But no one had answers. His phone, wallet, and clothes were all missing. The police investigation, at first, didn't seem to lead anywhere. Initially, authorities suspected that Blake had run away. After all, he had recently broken up with his girlfriend, and there had been some tension with her family. In the months before his disappearance, Blake had even been involved in a legal dispute with the girlfriend's stepfather. In May 2011, the girl ran away to find Blake, which led to a confrontation between Blake and her stepdad, one that ended with Blake being assaulted and charged with interfering with custody. This legal drama, though seemingly minor, hung over Blake's head, and some investigators wondered if it could be a factor in his disappearance. But the more they looked into it, the less it seemed like a runaway case, especially after Blake's body was discovered in a creek just a couple of miles from where he was last seen. When the body of Blake Chappell was found in December 2011, the answers didn't come with it. The discovery of his remains in a remote, heavily wooded creek was unsettling. It marked the end of the agonizing wait for his family, but left them with more questions than they had when Blake first went missing. Was this a case of an accident gone wrong? Or had Blake been killed intentionally? Detectives could not even definitively say when Blake had died. They weren't sure if he had been murdered on the night he disappeared, or if his body had been dumped sometime later. And though there was evidence that pointed to foul play, Blake's body showed signs of trauma, including a single gunshot wound to the head. The police had little to go on. With no phone, no wallet, and no clear suspects, the case went cold. The investigation went into a quiet lull. Blake's family, while grieving, clung to hope that one day someone would come forward with the information they so desperately needed. Time passed. Tips dwindled. The case seemed to be stuck, frozen in time. But then, in 2023, something extraordinary happened. The police received an anonymous letter, a mysterious piece of communication that hinted at knowledge of the case. This wasn't the first time they had received such a letter. Back in 2011, another mysterious letter had arrived at the police department, and it appeared to come from the same person. These letters were cryptic, but the police were certain the writer knew something crucial. For years, this was the only lead investigators had to go on. The case had gone from a missing persons case to a suspected homicide, but with no one to charge and no clear direction, things seemed to slow down once again. However, the mysterious writer kept investigators looking in new directions, and eventually, they got the break they needed. After years of silence, the breakthrough finally came. In 2025, investigators arrested 38-year-old Scotty Elliot Smith, who allegedly confessed to killing Blake Chappell. Scotty had never been a suspect until a fresh lead pointed straight to him. At the time of Blake's death, Scotty was 24 years old, just 7 years older than Blake. His criminal history at the time was minimal, limited to a misdemeanor charge back in 2007. But after Blake's death, Scotty's life took a darker turn. He racked up a series of charges, including aggressive driving, hit-and-run, battery, and criminal damage. He was imprisoned in 2018 and released in 2020. Now, in 2025, Scotty is facing multiple felony charges in connection with Blake's murder, including felony murder, aggravated assault, tampering with evidence, and concealing the death of another. But one thing is notably absent: a charge of sexual assault. Despite speculation around this, there is no evidence to suggest that Blake was sexually assaulted, which raises the question: why not? This case, still unfolding, is poised to reveal even more as the investigation continues. As new developments emerge, we'll keep following the story and bring you the latest updates. The arrest of Scotty Elliot Smith is a moment of relief for Blake Chappell's family, but it's also the beginning of a new chapter in this complicated case. As new facts come to light, we'll be here to bring you all the developments. Be sure to subscribe and follow along with us as we uncover the truth about Blake Chappell's death and the mystery that remained unsolved for nearly 14 years. If you found this story as gripping and unsettling as we did, make sure you don't miss any of the latest updates. Subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you can stay informed as we follow every new twist in the case. This mystery may be nearing a resolution, but there are still so many unanswered questions. If you have any information related to the case, or if you've been touched by Blake's story, leave us a comment below. Your voice could be the one to crack this case wide open. Also, don't forget to share this video with your friends and family. Sometimes, the most important pieces of a case come from the people who least expect it. Help spread the word. And finally, if you're interested in more deep dives into real-life cases and unsolved mysteries, check out our other videos and let us know what stories you want us to cover next. Your support helps us keep these important conversations going. Thank you for watching, and remember, the truth is out there, we just have to find it.